Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
So today for our show, we have something a little bit different. We have a lot of guests, so let's introduce the cast. My name's Meghan Howell, and I have a hyperfixation on Star Wars right now.
I'm Mr. Ligler, and I have a small obsession with anything Kevin Smith.
I'm Kirk Simpson. I'm a Capricorn, but I don't know what that means.
I'm Hannah Zeller, and I haven't eaten a vegetable in like 6 weeks.
And I'm Miss G. I'm your English teacher, and this is my fat dog Momo.
And you're watching
Panther
PrimeTime.
All right, guys, let's have an academic update. So on April 18th, Governor DeSantis announced that online learning will continue until the end of the academic school year for all K-12 schools in Florida. This means that we will not be returning to EHS this school year at all. Now, regarding future SAT exams, specifically for my juniors, College Board has announced that as soon as it is safe to do so, they plan on scheduling a weekend SAT every single month through the end of the calendar year with expanded student capacities and early access for students who were already scheduled for a June SAT or a part of the class of 2021 and do not yet have an SAT score. To see more updates regarding SATs, please visit College Board's SAT and PSAT coronavirus updates on their website. Over 1,000 colleges have already dropped their SAT and ACT requirement, and the College Board is still weighing the possibility of having at-home testing, but they have yet to set anything in stone. And the same is said for the ACT testing as well.
Hello and welcome to Miss G's segment that's on some fairly serious news. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Panther PrimeTime for giving me a platform to speak about such an important topic. As many people know, Animal Crossing New Horizons was released on March 20th, 2020, and has become a very popular game. In this live simulation game, you are able to build an island residency that's inhabited by animal villagers. Determined by your time zone and hemisphere, the game can be different for different people around the world.
Now, seniors, we have some exciting news. Some members of our community are honoring the class of 2020 by using our yearbook photos and specifically designed EHS frames to put banners all around Eustis with our name and picture. Now they're working with the school board and our yearbook photographers to get this set up. This way, when you go out for all your essential goods, you can see all of our hardworking Panthers up. They will put us on poles, parks, at area businesses, just all over Eustis. And there will be a system to opt out of it, but otherwise there's no cost to us, and this is super exciting.
Thanks, Megan.
The player may also customize their characters as well as their houses. Nintendo seems to be taking Animal Crossing to a whole new level with this release. Because this game was developed by the same people on the Splatoon team, the average player will spot the similarities and handling of these releases quickly. New Horizons will have frequent updates throughout the year so that even those who opt to time travel will not see them until the day of. This means that the game, which takes place in real time, will have many surprises that are yet to be discovered. The frequent updates in the game seem to be ranging anywhere between small patches and large game-changing events.
Seniors, a few notes from administration. May 15th is the cutoff date for you getting any new work. Now you can still work and finish up your previous work as to keep your GPA up. This is the time to make it better. Also, as the end of the year creeps up on us, you're still going to have to think about graduation. To graduate, you must have all your debts settled, Chromebooks turned in, and textbooks returned. There will be more specific information on all that next Friday. Keep checking the Facebook page and tune into our show. Now let's send it over to Mr. Knight with an important announcement.
The 2020 yearbooks are in. Distribution information to come soon on the morning announcements and Facebook.
I hope you guys are excited about your yearbooks. Now, seniors, let's talk about college for a sec. While there's no official timeline for when schools and universities are going to reopen, universities around the country are beginning to prepare for the possibility that classes will have to remain online for the fall 2020 semester. Universities around the state, like the University of Florida and Stetson University, are already asking for their faculty and campus offices to prepare for both a semester in person and a semester online. What does this mean for you as college freshmen? Well, like most things going on right now, we don't really know. Most Florida universities and secondary programs have moved summer orientations online. So if you haven't heard from your specific university or program, be sure to check in with them to see when or how they'll be handling orientation. Beyond that,
One of those surprises was the event of Bunny Day that took place not long after the game's initial release. Spanning from April 1st to April 12th, the event focused on eggs hidden around the island. Though Bunny Day event was patched after a day, many still felt that the spawn rate of the egg drops was still too much and overshadowed the Springtime Cherry Blossoms recipe event. With those events being over, the next event was released on April 23rd to celebrate Earth Day. Those who are a fan of the franchise eagerly awaited this one as they were met with the faces of old friends once more. Red has returned with his stolen art along with the museum expansion. Red will be using the secret beach on each island to dock his ship and sell his goods. Leaf is here again, as are her gardening supplies like bushes and hedges. Those who like the natural aspect of the game are ecstatic at that development.
how colleges and universities will respond to the pandemic come September will depend on how the pandemic progresses and how the state government responds over the next few months. The best thing you can do is stay informed and keep in contact with your university or secondary program, especially as we get closer to the start of the 2020 semester. For more information on school and university closures and reopenings, check out the Florida Department of Education's website below.
Thanks for that, Hannah. Really looking forward to those yearbooks. Now, you know what? I've had a long time in quarantine. I think I'm going to go to Disney World. What's that? It's closed? Everything fun is closed? Great. Well, Walt Disney World President Josh D'Amaro and Universal CEO John Sprouse are both on a subcommittee of Governor DeSantis' Reopen Florida Task Force and are working hard to reopen the parks as safely as possible. A survey recently went off to some Universal Pass holders asking their opinion on possible safety measures to implement when the parks reopen. This includes measures like requiring guests and team members to wear face masks, requiring everyone to take COVID tests or have their temperature taken before entering the park.
Does this raise more questions? Yes. Will Nintendo release more events with other missing villagers? Will there be a coffee shop with Brewster? Will Tortimer ever pass through? Those out there who have a need to know are often turning to data miners online to see what's left in the code of the game. Although the data miners have found code for Brewster's shop and code for eventually including vegetables in the game, there is no promise that this code can be used or if it's just leftover old code. Regardless of the major updates, Animal Crossing is destined to be the game of the decade.
Wiping down ride vehicles between seats and between riders, and limiting park attendance. Disney World closed on March 16th, so over 43,000 Disney World cast members have been temporarily laid off, and reportedly over 100,000 cast members around the world are currently without pay. Cast members who are part of the program Disney Aspire, which pays full college tuition for any cast member seeking a higher education, will still have their tuition covered, but those who are part of any Disney internships, including the Disney College program, were let go in early March. Disney employees will retain their employee benefits, including healthcare, while being temporarily laid off. There are rumors circulating that Disney World may attempt a soft reopening of one or two of the lands in Magic Kingdom exclusively for Florida resident annual pass holders to test out the new safety measures, and then gradually reopen the parks from there, but nothing official has been announced at this time. Shanghai Disneyland closed in January, and with schools set to reopen in the area from April 27th to May 11th, the park has been testing out safety measures for its guests, including markers on the floor to maintain social distancing guidelines and new seating protocols for its theaters. This will hopefully lead to a smooth reopening in the near future and may set a lot of precedents for how the parks may reopen across the world. Universal Orlando also closed on March 16th. Most full-time team members will face a 20% pay cut, although some of them, the more essential workers, will remain at their regular wages. But all hourly part-time team members were temporarily laid off, but will still retain their employee benefits. Universal has announced that they plan to stay closed through at least May 31st.
Thanks, Kirk. Though it seems like the Zoom wish fulfillment might be helping with your theme park separation anxiety. I do have some good news, though. Speaking of Universal, the Wizarding World is getting a real-world edition. A team of researchers from India, upon discovering a new species of green pit vipers, has decided to name the snake after the one, the only, Salazar Slytherin. In their research, the team suggested the snake commonly be known as Salazar's pit viper. The pit vipers are in the genus Tremorosaurus, and they're venomous. And they're found throughout East and Southeast Asia. This species was found in India, but there are at least 48 total species of this genus found in the region. One of the things that makes this particular pit viper stand out is the orange-reddish stripe found on the side of its head in the males.
Wow, Hannah! Thanks for the momentary good news to help us forget about the crushing existence of living in the apocalypse. What's up with that? Let's find out together as our foreign correspondent Nico tells us about the new stats for COVID-19.
The novel coronavirus has mutated into at least 30 different strains according to a new study at the University of China. The results showed that medical officials have greatly underestimated the overall ability of the virus to mutate, and finding that different strains have affected different parts of the world. The results showed that medical officials have greatly underestimated the overall ability of the virus to mutate, and finding that different strains have affected different parts of the world, leading to potential difficulties in finding an overall cure. In the state of Florida, COVID-19 has reached a total of 28,832 cases as of 11 a.m. on April 23rd. That is around 6,000 more cases since our last report, just last week. In Lake County, we have reached 214, which is an increase of 30 cases. Surrounding counties are Orange at 1,260 cases, Seminole at 334 cases, and Sumter at 165 cases. As always, stay safe and be careful out there.
Thanks!
For
Watching
Panther PrimeTime.
Okay, thanks, bye.